All right, guys, welcome back to the Lucky Peers. Tonight we got a top 3 for you. It is our top 3 disappointing films of 2023. All right, top 3 disappointing films of 2023. Who wants to start?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Personally, my number one, the first thing that comes to mind is Napoleon.
Yeah. Napoleon, I just watched that recently. It was underwhelming. The writing was, I guess, not as engaging or exciting as you'd think it would be.
To be fair, I know nothing about Napoleon really historically.
Yeah.
Like, I'm almost certain he was not like that. So it was such a strange take.
It seemed blown out of proportion as far as his immaturity level and just... I
don't know. I feel like it probably was pretty close to that, I'll be honest.
You think?
Yeah.
I think it was blown out of proportion.
They don't call it a Napoleon complex for nothing.
Yeah, but he wasn't just like immature. He was just like odd. I don't know. Basically a cuck for the whole movie. Like Ridley Scott hated Napoleon.
Right.
Just wanted to make fun of him.
Yeah, with Ridley Scott and Joaquin involved, it should have been better.
Yeah, even the battle scenes, I mean, they were okay, but...
I thought honestly, I thought that was the only, like, sick part. I thought the battle scenes were pretty cool. Oh, yeah, there should have been more, and it should have been more focused on that, in my opinion, but I do think what was shown was pretty good.
It was one of those things where the preview really tricked me. Like, they showed a lot of war, and then they played, like, Black Sabbath throughout, and I was like, well, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And it was just...
You played Black Sabbath.
It might have been just the Black Sabbath had you tricked.
You got me.
100%.
They got me good.
Should have been better, I agree.
I'm switching it up, because I had one that I was going to say was by far my number one, but I'm switching it up. Because Fool's Paradise, like Charlie Day's directorial debut, was straight punishing.
Was it?
I told Joe, I was like, this is one of, I think, 2 movies where I felt like I literally got nothing out of it and I felt like I wasted over an hour and a half of my life.
Didn't you know that going in? No.
I mean, I thought it would be at least
you
funny.
Read or something that it was trash going in?
No.
Okay.
Well, no.
Because I read that before I even knew about it.
I didn't read anything about it. I
reviews.
honestly forgot that it even came out. And then I was like, oh, shit, let me watch this. It's on Amazon or something.
Yeah.
Sometimes even when you read that, you're like, oh, Charlie was hilarious. And he directed it,
so bad. Yeah. So bad.
What was bad about it? Just boring or what?
Like,
terrible
it was
writing?
Boring. It made no sense. It had so many people in it, and none of them were funny throughout. And I just, like, it was rough.
It's always frustrating when they got cool people and like, this is just terrible.
I know.
I feel like maybe
your
they
expectations go up here.
Maybe they gave him too like wide of a leash and too much money, and he just lost himself. I don't know, but yeah. Well, do you know the premise of the movie, right?
No.
So like basically, a guy is a star. It's Charlie plays a character who's like a star, like a movie star.
Yeah.
And he's a dickhead, like a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to work with him, and then I think he like suddenly dies, and his agent, who is Leota, just sees this guy on the street, and it's Charlie again, and he's like, he looks just like him. Let's put him in his spot, and he's like mute. He doesn't speak, and that's the whole plot.
Wow.
He just doesn't speak the whole time, and he's like, everybody's like, oh my god, he's a star, and like they all just treat him like he's the celebrity. It's bizarre.
What a strange plot.
Very strange.
Like, they're filming the movie and he's not. Then they're like, "Okay, say your line," and he's, and they're like, "Brilliant."
Why would he think I want to direct that? That's my first
I don't know.
directorial piece. Is that I want to do that? Did he write it too?
I would.
It's weird in Hollywood. Sometimes he'll say like, "I'll do this if you let me do this," and then
that's
like
true,
package
but
deal.
it's so bad.
Maybe that
It
Could have been
awful.
Could have been a package deal. All right. I will say, for me, Thanksgiving. I'm a big Eli Roth fan.
it was on mine.
I'm a big Eli Roth fan.
I liked it.
Love Hostel. Love Hostel 2. Love
Green Inferno.
Green Inferno was okay.
you
I
didn't
like Cabin Fever a lot.
What didn't you like about Green
Kevin
Inferno?
rules.
Green Inferno was just underwhelming.
You said there wasn't enough clitoral mutilation.
I never said that. Knock Knock was good. What else?
He did Knock Knock?
Eli Roth did Knock Knock.
Nice.
What else did he do? He did something else, right?
Is Knock Knock the Keanu Reeves sex movie?
Yeah.
I watched the
Keanu
movie
Reeves
that's.
sex movie.
Oh, I watched the movie that's like based off of, and it's pretty sick, dude.
Knock Knock
It's a
rules.
70s porno, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, Thanksgiving I thought was pretty underwhelming. It had that kind of like a Scream type formula or like a whodunit, like and it was just like I'm not big into that formula because it's no matter who it is, it's always underwhelming to me.
Yeah, that's
pretty much every single
very
time.
cookie cutter. Slasher.
And
we
it's
just
like
want a little more from Eli. Like,
I mean, the practical effects, it did have some good stuff near the end.
That's all that mattered to me. Like, the practical effects were good, and there were a couple laughs, and I was like, great. That's all it needed.
I just expected more with Eli Roth at the helm. But anyway, that was one of my most disappointing.
Anymore.
Now I hope he dies.
Yeah, my number 2 here.
Wow, not even prepared.
Sorry, I'm not used to this.
You're the one that picked
I
the
did.
format.
I had a Rebel Moon on mine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it.
Well,
No interest.
save yourself some time, yeah.
No, now I gotta watch
Because
it.
they marketed it as like a new Star Wars like franchise,
Well, yeah, because
and the characters are just trash.
that's what they
Are
wouldn't. They wouldn't let him make a Star Wars, so he's like, I'm making my own, right?
Yeah, that always works out great.
But the characters were garbage, huh?
Yeah, they're all just lame. There's just a shirtless dude riding a giant bird. They just tried to force stuff, and you're like, I don't care about any of these characters. And even the villain was lame. You gotta have a sweet villain in like a sci-fi movie.
It's true.
They did nothing.
I feel like he might have shot it, and then they're like, yeah, we're not going to make that a Star Wars movie. And he's like, all right, I'll just call it something different then.
And then I think he's doing like the thing where like they do the Zack Snyder cut or whatever. He's like, I got another cut. It's gonna be better, I swear.
Were the animals cool at least? Because it looked like there were some cool creatures.
Not really. They were just
Damn it.
rip-offs of everything.
Yeah.
It was like 5 movies taken and ripped off of. It was straight from Matrix ripped apart. And you're like, this is obvious rip-off.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'll be sure to avoid that one.
Okay. Silent Night. John Woo. I didn't even have high expectations going in, but it was literally worthless.
Yeah. I can't agree more.
Until
he said.
I saw that after Fool's Paradise. So before Fool's Paradise, I was like, this is one of the 2 or 3 movies that I was like, I felt like I wasted time of my life. And then came Silent Night.
Well, you'd think it'd be good because
Bro.
it's an action movie directed by John Woo.
They say it's an action movie.
And it's a Christmas
Yeah.
movie, which Christmas sometimes brings a different element to
No, it's really
movies.
none of that.
But let me tell you, there is action in the first 30 seconds and the last 10 minutes.
You gotta
Yeah.
be joking.
I'm not.
No,
like, literally,
it's
there's
bad.
there's like a gunshot thing and then a car chase and all that in the very beginning. So you're like, this is sick. And then he loses his voice, and the rest of the movie is him sitting at home getting drunk and his wife texting him.
Yeah, I was pretty much annoyed about everything in it.
Really?
Her texting
And then
him
the
really
end,
bothered me.
The end is very like they're supposed to be like ruthless Mexican drug cartel gangbangers, which the movie is very like through the lens of an 80-year-old racist Asian man.
Okay.
Because it's John Woo.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is how he thinks like California is. Because like every gangbanger is just the stereotype, like a Grand Theft Auto gangbanger.
Yeah.
So like, but at the end, the big fight is like in a warehouse where the gangster is living, and he's Mexican, but he's also like into voodoo out of nowhere and just listening to like electronic music, and then shoots his girlfriend up with heroin, and she joins the gunfight. And it's just bizarre. It makes.
It's one of those ones where you're like, please God, just end. I want this to be over.
That bad, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I was
unfortunate.
I was so
excited for it.
bummed.
I'll avoid
But yeah,
that
so
one,
like
too.
he can't talk,
Yeah.
but he's not deaf.
He's mute.
Yeah. So, but his wife doesn't talk to him. She texts him.
Yeah, from like 4 feet away.
Like he can hear.
Swear to God.
He can hear. And she texts him.
He can hear. How do you know he can hear?
He got vocal
didn't get
cords
shot in the
damage.
ears, he got
like
shot
he
in the
got
throat.
shot in the throat.
So
And loses
are
his
there any
voice.
clues that or signs that he
He's
can
not
hear?
deaf. No, he can definitely hear.
Well, yeah, like he reacts to people the whole time, and like he hears her,
He's lip reading.
but she just texts him. No, she because they're like. I think it's supposed to show that like that's how strained their relationship
Oh,
is.
okay.
But it's just so dumb because she like texts him. Like she's right here in the kitchen. He's in the garage doorway right there, and she's like, "Have you seen my car keys?" And he looks at her. And doesn't respond to the text.
That's funny, man. But all right, next up, I'll avoid that movie. I got next up. I will say Evil Dead Rise.
I almost put that on there.
Honestly, I was expecting a lot. It's the Evil Dead franchise. You just hold it to a certain expectation. And
I did.
It was,
I think
was
that's
kind of
why
a
it wasn't
letdown.
disappointing to me because I didn't expect a lot.
I did.
I expected it to not be good, and
And
it was decent, so I was happy.
yeah,
I-
I honestly thought it was decent, but I was,
And I also expected Bruce Campbell to make an appearance as Ash, and that didn't happen.
well, I didn't
And-
expect that. But
And like, because I heard he was in it or whatever. And
No.
but like, anyway, it's just like just a letdown. I expected a lot more practical effects and just a lot more excitement.
I had watched the last one right before, like a week before, and I was psyched.
Oh, that was
one's
so good. So good. This one's just...
It was okay, but it was like more run-of-the-mill.
This is what they're going to be.
Yeah.
They're going to pump them out now, and they're all going to be like this.
Right. But, it was okay. I will say that, but it didn't live up to my expectations.
It was a little bit better than, like, regular horror movies.
Right.
You're supposed to be, like,
I'd agree with that. Yeah. What do you think, Joe?
Oh, I had the new Mission Impossible. Because I thought, I'm not going to use the R word, but the villain in the movie, it was the dumbest take I've ever seen.
What are you talking about? Like the AI?
The AI, it's like there's like a TV behind him, and they're all like asking it, "Hey, boss, what should we do?" And it's just the TV reacting to him.
What was the name of, what did they call it? The Entity.
Yeah,
the
entity. Dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Now I gotta see it.
You didn't see it?
No.
The Entity knows. They kept saying that. Like, they said that multiple times.
They were all fearful of like it finding out things.
Like, the Entity knows.
Yeah.
They'd be in like a private discussion. The Entity knows. Like,
yeah.
So it was JP
some of the
from Grandma's
dialogue
Boy?
was just right.
That
dialogue was just so terrible.
Oh, sometimes yes, it was. I that was on my list as well. That movie was.
There was some awesome action scenes, but dialogue and just the villain just took me out of it.
There were some good action scenes. You're right, but you expect that in a Mission Impossible, but the dialogue was just like, it was very not great, and it is very overrated as well. People just raved about it like it was like unbelievable.
Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
it was like watching an episode of like CSI. I'm like, oh, cool. There's an AI.
You
villain.
use that a lot. It's like it's like CSI.
A lot of things are nowadays.
That's funny.
Okay, 65.
I never saw.
Yeah, that Adam Driver dinosaur movie.
Because it's I thought it was gonna be sick, and then it kept getting pushed back, and I go, it's gonna be garbage now.
Yeah,
they pushed it back.
I kind of felt that. That's why I never saw it.
And then, yeah, it was just not good. Just not.
What in particular was the main beef? Your main gripe with it?
I mean, it was just him and a child the whole movie. And like, not enough dinosaurs, not enough cool stuff. Just them.
Too much of just them.
It was like a video game where you like walk through the jungle, and then boss dinosaur pops up, or a little dinosaur pops up, you kill it, and then you walk through the jungle some more, and like to beat the level, you have to get to a cliff, and there's a spaceship, and then you got to fix the spaceship, and you take off, and that's the game.
Just a basic sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Very generic, but starring Adam Driver, and
also
a lot of money into it.
I didn't like when it first got announced. There were no details about it. It was just that it had Adam Driver, maybe dinosaurs, and was called 65. What I was hoping that the movie was going to be like they crash landed on a random planet, and it just happened that like dinosaurs never went extinct on that planet. So that it was like present day or the future, and they just found dinosaurs. But no, the whole movie was like they were like space travelers and came from the future to 65 million years ago to when the dinosaurs were here.
Okay.
So it was like just two future people in prehistoric Earth.
Man, to be in that board meeting would have been great.
Huh?
To be in that board meeting would have been
What was
great.
the purpose of them going back?
They were on like a search mission, I think, and there was a crash, and everybody died except for him, and he found this little girl alive also.
Got it.
You'd have been that guy who would have got fired in the board meeting. Don't ask questions, Tom. You're out. You're out.
Right. Get
They
him out of here.
crash. There's dinosaurs. Let's go with it.
Right. All right. The last one will be, and you're gonna hate me for this, Shaw, but Scream 6.
Oh, I don't care.
Being in New York, Scream 5, I thought was really good.
Yes.
And following that up, and then being in New York, a whole different element to the Scream franchise that's never been. And
Well, now it fell apart.
what do you? Yeah, I know.
They're all gone. They're all fired. They all quit. There's no.
I just
You're gonna
expected.
bring back Nev, and then it's gonna.
I
pick up
expected
again.
more, but it was just that thing again where who's the killer, and then it's someone that, I mean, that's like kind of like irrelevant, that they kind of like just make up all these different reasons. Oh, this and that. Like,
It just seemed like the
I
easy
don't
out.
buy
That's the
it.
cop. He has access to everything. So.
And I just don't care, and I don't buy it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm kind of over that whole whodunit type horror movie. But anyway, Scream 6, it should have been better. It was in New York. Should have been better.
I was just bummed out because I was super psyched about it. He was using a shotgun, gunning people down.
Yeah,
this looks
In the
sweet.
party store,
Yeah.
And it was just underwhelming. Very underwhelming.
I do want to throw one honorable mention out there. Killers of the Flower Moon. Wanted to love
I
it.
almost put it,
Didn't.
but it's good, so I didn't.
I did say like he makes a good movie, but I didn't like almost anything about it.
Yeah, it's very. Oh, there's that.
Yeah, well, I haven't watched it yet, so I can't comment on that. But
I think you'll like it more than I did for sure.
I love Scorsese. I love Leo. I love De Niro. I mean, you
course.
guys do too. But I mean, we'll see, right?
It helps
I'll
when
watch
your
it.
expectations are lowered, though.
True.
You're going in
I
like,
won't have
this
any
is
expectations
amazing.
really. I mean, probably. I mean, maybe. But anyway, that's our top 3 disappointing films of 2023. Thank you guys for watching. We got our top 5 films of 2023 coming pretty soon. Stay tuned for that.
The Entity, though, you know.
The Entity, Mission Impossible, Jesus. But we got part 2 coming, Dead Reckoning part 2.
I probably won't see that one.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you.